Hello everyone, this is Melodious and welcome to the episode 2 reaction for Sound of the Sky or Sora no Woto. Um yeah, no, I'm not gonna drop my pen this time because that annoyed the hell out of me when I was looking back through the footage. Just ignore me. I'm just flipping through my notebook because I need to open up a new page for the notes I will take that I will definitely take this time. I'm not gonna fucking drop my pen. Sound of the Sky episode 2. Now, yeah, no, I'm gonna straight shoot this like I do with Bochi in High School Fleet and not the not the, we don't speak of the other series I'm reacting to. But yeah, um I really enjoyed episode 1. There was a lot of uh, there was basically a lot they put out, which makes sense. You know, it's an introductory episode. You're supposed to put out what you want the viewers to see first and foremost. But wait, I'm just looking through some stuff. Okay, do-do, do, 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 do. Okay, so we have our uh, basically we have our little goofball who apparently can't play the bugle well despite having perfect pitch. I think she can identify like the pitch of notes just hearing it, but just by hearing it once, right? I think she has perfect pitch, and yet she can't play the bugle very well, which is that's an interesting. It's just an interesting distinction, no? Our little Soromi Kanata. I keep calling her either Son Sonata, Konata, or Kanata, and Kanata's the right one, of course, but it's it's just so weird to me why I keep making that mistake. Is it because of Konata from Lucky Star? Is her name Konata? Konata. Konata, yeah, Konata Izumi from Lucky Star. Lucky Star has ruined me. I think it's a fantastic show and I would love it on the channel if I didn't already react to it. And then yeah, no, we this would have been the perfect thing to look back on my notes, but I have to look up a summary on episode 1 now because for the name specific stuff that goes on because I didn't take any goddamn notes. Um, Back in episode 1, our little young private second class Sorami Kanata uh, is posted at a little town called Says. I don't know how they pronounce it in the show. Says in the Troy state in the Republic of Helvetia. I think it's Helvetia. Helvetia. And she stumbles around, you know, and the city itself has some very Spanish architecture. It's based off the, I don't know how to pronounce this, Cuenca. How do you pronounce this? Cuenca. Cuenca, Spain. It's a city in Spain. It's a city and municipality in Spain, in the Republic of Helvetia. And you know, she goofs off. She partakes in the water dowsing festival. I think. I think the name is the water dowsing or water throwing or something. Water dowsing, I think, is the name of the festival. If I had my goddamn notes, I'd be able to say it. Where she meets her superior. I think it's established that the purple-haired girl, purple, yeah, azure, some shade of blue, haired girl, whose name is Rio, is her superior officer in the what's the platoon called? 1121? Yeah, the 1121st platoon. And I'm pretty sure they're staying at the time trumpeting fortress. God fucking, it's time trumpeting, right? I know I'll get corrected like the whole episode when they say these names again, 'cause of course they're gonna say them again. But we're introduced to the we're introduced to a legend about the Flame Maidens, who are a group of women that were captured by a winged demon that terrorized the city. I think it. I think they did terrorize. It was the city, right? What is the legend of the? Can I look up Flame Maidens legend? Sora no Wato. I need to know the exact thing. Okay, the wiki says Maidens of Fire, but I'm just gonna use what the subs call them. There was a winged demon at the bottom of the town's valley, spit fire, shook the earth. It carried off the maidens that lived in the fortress and held them in an underground labyrinth, uh, calling to each other with golden horns. The golden horns being the bugle trumpet thing, right? And with the name of a giant spider, they defeated the demon, and but the demon kept spouting fire and whatnot. And so each of them, the maidens would hold the head while the townspeople would throw water. Good lord, the wiki uses completely different terminology from the subs I'm using, so I'm pretty scared. I think I should switch the subgroup if necessary. If not, the subgroup can stay, but I'm just worried that I'll get mixed up with stuff. But so we have Sora Mi Kanata says Flame Maidens time trumpeting fort fort and everything. And then there's some I think Kanata was inspired to be a bugler for the army because of a blonde girl she met in her childhood, right? The blonde girl who also had a trumpet bugle thing and also a bell. The same bell that was gifted to Rio by her father, and I'm not sure how that works. And then Rio also mentions Felicia, who I assume is the blonde girl because they pan to a shot of her after Rio says that name. Who yeah, who is a blonde girl, where the person with the bell in Kanata's childhood was also blonde, and they're both related to the bell somehow. And then there's the owl thing with the weird shining feather. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure everything will be explained, and then after Kanata falls in while trying to retrieve the bell because an owl took it. It's a whole different thing. And she stumbles upon a skeleton in the water with wings. So you'd assume that is the winged demon that took the maidens, the flame maidens, right? But I'm not sure what to make of the whole thing. I'm basing this off of speculation and assumptions because the show hasn't given us everything yet, and I don't you don't expect it to, right? You lay these little uh, uh, hints of a plot, and then you piece them together, and then you see how the show pieces it together, and you compare, and then you fix it and whatnot, right? So everything I'm saying now is how I'm piecing the pieces together, how I'm linking them, and the show could piece them together in an entirely different way, and the show would be right and I would be wrong, because it's I'm watching the show. What the show's presenting is the reality of the situation inside of the show, and whatever I piece together, even if it's better, is not the right one, and I would get it wrong. So yeah, no, just take everything I say with as like some useless speculation on what's gonna happen. Because if it does happen, I'm gonna shit myself. That would that would be a first for a show like this. What else happened? We it ends off in with her bugling really badly, and then it cuts to ED. And I'm sorry that the full ED reaction is in it. I pressed space accidentally, which messed up the whole reaction. And now, uh, I did see the whole ED after. I cut out the portion where I watched the ED after, and then skipped right to the discussion. So I did see all of it, and they were just goofing off. But there's an interesting contrast with the OP and the ED. Right, your ED is your generic after show, main cast having fun ED, but the OP is a bunch of like murals, tapestry designs, sort of thing, like art you'd see for an ancient civilization and whatnot. And it's also those are also the same murals that come up when Rio is talking about the legend of the Flame Maidens, right? But the Flame Maidens are framed to be the same people as the main cast for some reason. I don't know if like the murals that open up when Rio's talking are like canon, or if they're just visual aid that they took from the OP because they're lazy. So I don't know if that'll mean anything. I don't know if them looking like the girls, the Flame Maidens, and the murals will mean anything. I don't know if the actual murals in the show, in like the plot of the show, actually show the Flame Maidens looking like them, or if they look like different girls entirely, and it's only what we see is only because of like some weird symbolism shit and whatnot that the show is throwing at us. I don't know, right? I guess we'll find out or not. The show might just not never answer that and just leave us dying. But are there any comments on the first thing? Let me find it. Comments. Comments. Wait, no, I already replied to the one by David, who was the one who suggested the show in the first place. I hope you like the show. It may get more views than High School Fleet, but it's still a bit obscure. And listen, I don't care about the views. All right, I think initially I cared. That's why I reacted to a lot of mainstream and also classic shows like Chainsaw Man, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I think those are the two like big dogs that I wanted to react to for views, and not really out of like my own interest in it. But at this point, I don't care. I've established that this channel is for reacting to obscure and underrated pieces that don't have a lot of reactions out there. Because I'm also frustrated about a lot of shows that I want to watch, but there are no reactions to. So it's David, I don't care about the views if it's more or less than something else I've watched. It is what it is. It's not something I take too much value in. As with many shows, yep. The Say sounds based on Cuenca. Uh, Other than that, I can't really say much this episode without getting to spoiler territory, as almost everything is set up for later episodes, which makes me now you're giving me expectations because what the fuck is gonna happen? And how will everything fit in? Maybe they'll do some weird shit like it's woven. They're gonna weave everything in like a tapestry. Who, who knows? I don't know. I don't fucking. Lord knows what's gonna happen. And at this point, I'm just here for the ride. I have my pen. I'm not gonna drop this fucking thing. If I drop it, I'm not taking my eyes off the screen. I'm not gonna go on a tangent about trying to grab it. Because I did that last episode and it was annoying to see it in the pit. But anyway, let's do our routine. I got into position for the pip, and Now I forgot to do the routine. Let's just do it real quick. For the timer, there'll be a timer here and subtitles to the episode here. But if you prefer the full uncut picture-in-picture reaction, there will be two links in the description below, one for BitChute, one for Mega. The BitChute one is a lower quality version of the PIP or picture-in-picture, and the Mega one is a higher quality version of the PIP. And you could choose whichever one's more convenient to you. If you prefer the timer format, that is the one that's on the YouTube video right now. You can use whichever one you want. They're all the same reaction, just a different way presenting the episode itself. Lovely. Now, let me get into a comfortable position first. I think this is good enough, and let's start in 3, 2, 1, bada boom. OP. Okay, this is our OP. And it's the murals yet again. I'll take a good look this time. Why are they framed as the Flame Maidens? And why is Kanata's crucified there? I don't know what your name is. You're Felicia. You are Kanata. Rio? I don't know. You look like Taishi from High School Fleet. And what is that? What does that mean? And what are these angles? I'm praying to God we get an explanation or some sort of reasoning behind everything we're gonna see. And we loop back to that, and now we have this. And what are they holding, like roses or something? Petals? What does that mean? Okay, we're right off where we left off with Kanata's horrible bugling. Good. You're in the military, Kanata. Listen, which is why you need to practice. Then use only the mouthpiece. And you're the girl with pigtails. And Kanata's just her voice soothes me. I don't know why. It's so Genki. Wow. I think she knows. What the fuck? What the fuck? Is this a horror show? First battle, the story of a chair. Okay, these are the episode titles then. Okay, we just like went into the perspective of that broken window again. What the fuck? What was that thing? Thank you. Noel. Noel with a weird accent on the E. And you're also sleep deprived. She's just like me for real, for real. And we're framing it from the broken window again. What the fuck? What the fuck was that? I'm getting scared. What the fuck? So we're not framing it from the broken window as like a direction, like purely direction, compositing design. There's something about the fucking ghost in there. The blonde girl's our commander. Second Lieutenant Felicia. Tank commander. Noel is our. Yes. Just go back to bed. Corporal. Pilot and mechanic, which is why she was working with the weird tank looking thing in episode 1. Suminia Kureha. So she has seniority in terms of, and Noel's fucking. I guess this is a normal thing. Why is she so sleep deprived? What work are you putting her to? What a cinder. Kureha? What's wrong? Is it because she's no longer like the newest member they have to take care of? Oh, what the fuck? Can we not? Good lord. Hmm. So Kureha doesn't like the attention being taken away from her. I'm gonna write on Kureha attention whore. Yeah, yeah, get on with it. Can you not see that little cinnamon roll? Hey, they said it's lax around here. Nice. Oh, CG. Which is the five of you, yeah? Second Lieutenant, Sergeant Major, Corporal, and two. That checks out. Uh, so our Sergeant Major is Rio. Cool. One tank, one heavy machine gun, two light machine guns. It seems like a, it seems like a pretty damn small town. That's also like, also has a moat. I think it's bordered by water and then a wall of stone, which is weird, but that's cool. They also have only one tank, which I think is the tank that Noel's working on. No, no man's land. So no man's land. So what's after 2 years? Oh, I think I know. Never mind. Who do you call with that? Oh, okay. Very informative. Thank you. Someone gonna call right now. That's also French, right? Fichier the coder or something about that. The fuck? prohibited? Oh shit. Makes sense. So do the privates bathe together? Oh, don't show me that, please don't. Oh my god, of course it's like this. She's sleeping. I guess everyone's just okay with that. Like they're not blaming the wall or anything, so she must have a pretty damn good reason for being sleep deprived. So they're putting her to some kind of work, and also we're back with the framing of the window again. And everyone's noticing the window now. And now the thing that was in it is what in the Lord's name? Oh my god, what the fuck? There is a ghost in the window. Vector 007 Take Mikazuchi. That's one sci-fi ass fucking tanks. Those are relics? Those sci-fi looking shits? Is that why Noel's working at them? Oh my god, wait, it looks... Are the legs gonna make it look like a spider? I can see one of those arc legs. And I thought it was gonna be like a horse leg or something, but it looks like a spider leg. It's gonna be the fucking spider, isn't it? That's the giant spider that helps the Flame Maidens. I'm calling it. That's not a cracked theory. I'm just putting the pieces together. Fuck. Man, I'm gonna turn. It's gonna turn out to be so wrong, and I'm gonna be so fucked. But, but. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. No one takes them seriously, despite them being like. I think they're the only defense of us Saiyas. What piloting what? What the fuck would be pilot? We have one tank that doesn't work. Yep, I was worried about this. This girl's scared of the attention on her being taken away, huh? Like the fucking ghost in the window? Huh? What's that? What the fuck is that? What is it, Noel? Why did you smile? Why did you smirk? I'm gonna assume it's the ghost, cause yeah. We're holding this shot for quite a bit. Okay. Yeah, Kanata noticed it too. In the broken window? Near the barracks. Normal? No, it is not. Kanata, no. Mm, she's. Yeah, good lord. She even has the same, like, sense of talking as Tateishi, like this deadpan kind of thing. But she doesn't say we, so that's a minus point. Yeah. Keep keep telling yourself that. Hey, who are the two? Is it the two privates? Yeah, it's Koreha. I hear Koreha. Rio, you scaredy bitch. Of course, she's excited. Good Lord, Kanata, you're a bit too much of a sausage, cinnamon roll. Wow, nice job. Okay, it was nice knowing you, Kanata. I didn't realize we'd be dealing with like something like this. I thought, uh, oh yeah, she's younger than Kanata and probably came here before her. I mean, was the last person that came here before her. Were you face to face with it, Kanata? Never mind. Okay, I thought that they would. Never mind. Just modern literature. Diagrams. Normal sailor outfits. Sailor uniforms. I thought this was a fucking alternate world. What the fuck? What is... I'll disregard that for now. That just makes me more confused if it stays. Hey, that's the same like sort of flower looking thing that they have in OP. That little white and blue thing they had in the previous shots. Those are indeed the normal aspects of a ghost. Why are we looking at a chair? It's a rat. That's true. I think that's an infestation or something would be. No, don't do this to me. Fuck, I thought that was the ghost. It's just a bunch of rats. I do really, really badly with horror. Also, a crow or a raven. Cool. Are we face to face with the ghost now? Oh, sure. Where's the ghost? I don't see it. Yeah. A school. Also, why are we slow motioning? Okay, to like montage-ish. Back then? What is back then? What is... What is... What is... Okay, yeah. What the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna... So is this normal? I thought we were in some sort of like... super duper a long time ago kind of stuff. So we're... I really thought we were like 20th century. But apparently we have sailor uniforms and modern stuff. What? Also, I heard the ghost. The thunder came with the roar of a ghost. What the fuck? And your family. They what? What the? Where do you get your supplies from? Yeah, I think it's a lot more exciting than I mean, a lot more preferable to something in active combat. Also, the damn fucking owl again. You. It's just an owl. No, no, no. There's an actual ghost. But it's an owl. Oh my god! Don't fucking shoot the owl. You motherfuckers were about to shoot a ghost, or you thought you shot a ghost. Which why would you do that? I thought you shot at the ceiling. It's actually down. The fuck? Okay, so I have my own. I formed my own opinion about. I mean, my own assessment of Koreha. It damn straight fucking is. You stole the damn bell and now you. Does owl taste good? Doesn't look scared. Don't keep it as a pet. Actually, maybe. I'll say cool. Is it an owl? Don't tell me. It's a fucking owl. Fuck. That's a cool patch though. Okay, so but that definitely isn't the ghost, right? We saw that damn thing. It didn't look like an owl. Good lord. What a cinder. What the fuck? Oh, okay. What just? Oh, I'm. This show, man. And Rio's doing the bugling for now. Cool. You're you're too much of a soon. Come on, get that there and also hello. I think your name was Shuko. I don't know what Felicia named you. Hmm. Okay, ED. I'm not gonna press spacebar. I'm not gonna mess up anything. So what was the ghost? There's no way the owl. It was just the owl, right? There's no way. There's 0% chance it was the way. We saw that damn thing. There's no way it was just a ghost. There's no way. Unless we're doing a bit of unreliable narrating in which we see things in their perspective and it really was just the owl and we just thought it would look like the ghost because it had like white feathers, right? Or that. Hopefully not. There's no way, right? What a bunch of goofers. After a day in troop, Ryo runs. Huh. Interesting. Also, there's a lot of blacks. Oh, okay, no, it's just for that. That's cool. Don't. Oh, what? What? What just happened? I'm gonna take a quick look see before I say anything. I'm gonna take a quick look see at the ghost. There's no way. That's just a fucking owl, right? There's no way. What's with the ghost? And let's see it again from Noel's perspective. There's no fucking way it was just there. Was it really just the owl? You can't do this to me, show. We clearly saw that it wasn't the owl. Was it really just the owl? I'm on to you. You're pointing out some weird shit. But anyway, we the character we get the most insight into for this is Kureha, which makes sense. She's a fellow private and also younger than us, and so we're a bit sticking together for now. I really wanna find out. Wait, I'm just looking through the thing. Okay, another thing I want to wait. I'll save that for later. That was episode two. Huh? There's a lot less setup. I'm there's a lot of less. They breadcrumbed a little less things. One of the things I was about to say was the tank, right? Oh, no, 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 wait. They give us quite a bit actually. The whole thing with the man. Wait, no. Let me just. Hmm. Okay. So we're we're introduced to the rest of the main cast, which we did see in episode one, but we didn't get all of their names. We got Rio and Felicia, kind of Felicia. We did, it wasn't confirmed if it was her name or not. But I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on the ghost because we clearly saw it was a ghost, and this show, why? Hmm. 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 I'm okay. There's a lot in the episode that I'm gonna be confused about because of the way it's portrayed, or the way the show is like conveying it to us, right? As for example, the the scene with the where is it? The sailor uniforms. Oh, so wait, they're not the same things. Never mind. I rescind that statement. They're not the same things. Or are they? Wait. Or are they? Wait a second. Okay, I don't see the owl in any of those. I forgot to mute it. My bad. But okay. First things first. The whole thing. There's something. There's something wrong. They're trying to subvert us to the show itself. I'm not talking about like the plot or anything. The way they're framing stuff, the way they're drip feeding us information about the world of Sora no Water, or the world of Sound of the Sky. Something wrong. The They call this tank a relic, something of the past from a long time ago. It's old, yet despite the fact that it looks extremely futuristic. And if this is old to them, why isn't everything else futuristic? Also, is this a gym? You can see a basketball hoop. It's an old gym. Yeah, there's that. Plus, plus, so the one that stood out to me the more for some reason, I don't know. A this sailor uniforms. What? How modern is this? Does this take place in? What the Lord? What in the world? Hmm. Hmm. So I've been I'm trying to formulate my thoughts on this uh better so I can word everything I want better, but I can't find the words. The show is drip feeding us information that's going against our initial assumptions and expect and of the world. Stuff like this, the tank, and the fact that you were using like old ruins, case in point, the gym and the school as military installations and whatnot, while the rest of the town looks quite rustic. It's old. It's Spanish architecture, but it's old. But we have things like this. There's a there's a t- there's a twist. What is it? I have a few scenarios I can imagine and of making all of this make sense, but I don't want to throw them out there too yet. It's a bit too early, and I don't want to be like the person that thinks, oh my God, this means this and conspiracy theory. Oh my fucking God! But there's clearly something. This wasn't just a filler show. It's really subtle, but they're giving us pieces of the bigger picture here, and I can't for the life of me figure it out. Futuristic tank that they're calling old, sailor uniforms, a modern-looking school that is now used for the military. What? What? I'm only saying that these are like pieces for the bigger picture because it doesn't fit in with the preconceived picture that we have, the assumed picture we have. It goes against it. That means there's something else, something something else or something we don't understand. And I don't think it's the latter. I think they're trying to they're drip feeding it to us, but there's something. There's something. Okay, now this is occupying a bigger portion of my brain than the ghost thing. Because the way the show portrays stuff is a bit confusing to me. Like first you have this whole imagination thing of them, all of them in sailor uniforms, despite the fact that everything looks, like I said, like 19th, 20th century type stuff, very old. We're using what are the guns that we have right now? Those look like Garand's. Yeah, those are. Wait, can I wait? I'm looking up some summaries for the episode, cause so I can concretely piece things together. Fuck. Hmm. Hmm. What else? Let's just ignore this whole thing. I'm not sure if they're Garans. I'm not sure if they're M1s. I don't know what they are. Truth be told, I don't know what they are. I just made an assumption. They could be M1s. They could be, wait, do they have a magazine? They could be God knows what. But the other half I wanna talk about is this. The area beyond is no man's land. So you have similar settlements in cities like Sayas, right? And you have no man's land, which is something. The region beyond Helvetia and Sayas is no man's land. What? Like this fits in with the narrative that we're in some sort of olden 19th, 20th century setting, and yet you have sailor uniforms. You have well the implication of sailor uniforms. You have a futuristic tank that they're calling old. Is this what? What? Time travel? What? 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 Okay, no, let's just go through the whole thing. I don't care anymore. So you have the murals yet again, the OP murals. You have bugling, 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 and then you have some cool shots, some interesting, really cool shots. Her looking up. Is the ghost in the background in any of these? The ghost should be in the background of in that broken window, right? The one in the shot. It's not there though. We won't see it from this perspective, and it's still not there. Oh, it's in this shot. That does not look like an owl. Are we seeing things from Kanata's perspective? Is this are we seeing things through her eyes? Is this not objectively what's happening in reality? That's the only assumption I can make to make the whole thing make sense. That the owl was actually the ghost, and also we linger on this shot for way too long. For the things they do, the framing they do, make it seem like the ghost is some big deal, but it's not. It's an owl. It's a fucking owl. Why? Why would you do this to me, show? It's an. Also, we only have 4 chairs in this. Oh, and we're framing things here again, and then we turn. And then, what? Another thing is like Noelle's sleepy habits thing. Okay, so it's obvious that she's working on the tank, right? She's the one that she's the mechanic for it. She's a corporal, she's the pilot and mechanic for the tank. And she's always sleepy because of it, because she's always working on it. And everyone accepts that, I guess. We get we're getting some cool insight on each character as they're being introduced, right? She's a sleepy bastard. Yep, Koreha over here. She's prideful. The term is prideful, I think. She has her pride, she has her I don't know what else you call it. Her own mentality on everything. And she values the platoon because she loves it. She cares for it. She loves it, but she also hates that people are belittling it. So she wants it to be better. She loves it and she wants it to improve because she hates people. She hates seeing people play it down, right? To belittling it, insulting it, whatever. Like it's like they said, like she said, the townspeople only see it as a formality, and she hates that, and that's interesting. She It might be because of her naivety. I'm not sure, but uh, yeah. So Kura. So that's distinct about her character. She's prideful and but she cares. She's not selfish. She cares for her and her people, her friends, her essentially her family at this point. It's she has empathy. I'm just saying random things at this point. That's not it. She's caring despite her pride. She's prideful about herself and her platoon and what she's a part of. And I think everyone else just doesn't care much as she does. That's exactly it. She also sees themselves as lax, right? Because she was the one that pointed out that despite Kanata being our communications officer, she should have been an ammo reloader for what, the guns and or something else I forgot. We'll come across that in due time. But the emphasis is clearly on Koreha, right? She's the one we spend the most time with because she's the one that's assigned to tour us and give us to inform us of everything that's going on. And she's also the one that's with us because we're both privates, I guess, and we're doing the dirty work for the whole thing, basically. Okay. Oh, their flag is also there. So is this 1121st platoon says Republic of Helvetia, or is that like the arms logo for it? That's weird. Second lieutenant, a sergeant major, a corporal, and two privates. So only five. Okay. I also mentioned this. Um, one tank that doesn't work, and one machine gun, two light machine guns, four rifles. The two of the rifles we saw them with, right, and five handguns. So only five of them get sight. Well, all five of them get sidearms. Only four will get. Four can have rifles. Two can have light machine guns. One can have a heavy machine gun, and one. I guess the heavy machine gun is, I don't know, maybe. Safe from what? Nothing. I bet. There's no danger. So there's an interesting speck of realism in this. Last time we had the legend, which gave its own sense of world building, but now we have this direct details of what's happening in reality, and that makes an interesting contrast. Like how much of this is true and how much of the legend is true, how much of it coincides, how much of it weaves into each other, how much of it conflicts with each other, and they have to be related somehow, right? The legend, the how does the Flame Maiden legend fit in with all the inconsistencies in this episode? All as in the sailor uniforms and the tank. How does that fit in? I don't know. I don't know. I want to fucking find out. But and I already talked about No Man's Land. And then this scene. This scene is a bit of a it it builds up your expectations for the phone to ring, right? And then it doesn't, and then it cuts, and then it's fucking it. That's just great, honestly. That I really like that. And then you have this again. And also, well, Felicia not in a military uniform. Cool. What the fuck is this tank? What the fuck? What am I looking at? I want to see exactly what it is, right? Vector Zero Series Automated Walker Tank Takemikazuchi. Okay, so it's... Well, I don't know. Made a walker tank. Okay, in this frame, you can already clearly see that leg, detached leg, despite not being part of it, if it was part, it would look like a spider. Is that the giant spider in the legend? Who knows? What the fuck? And yeah, we more showing of her pride towards her and her platoon. She can't take that. That's that's great. That's fine. It adds to her character. And now she's fiddling with the bell. What the fuck? And why does Noelle smirk here when she sees a ghost? What? And then we go through the whole thing. And okay, this is interesting. I mean, the school itself isn't very doesn't really lend to the modern stuff, right? It's like what plywood or something? I don't know. To a and then all the decorations are weird, blue, black, and white, uh, painting, weird like accessories on the wall. But these desks, those look, those look goddamn. I don't know what to make sense of that. I don't know if those desks fit in because they look like modern desks, modern school desks. But these are not modern times. What the fucking there's tailor uniforms. There's fucking shit on the wall. What what what? Also, is that thing like the same thing in the OP? I know I said this and then I said it wasn't, but is it the same thing? Once 1601 and then let's go back to the OP. Is it? Is it? And then let's go back to 1601. Are they the same? I don't think they are. Okay. Who cares? And I don't know if that's just like the show trying to make like a scene if it was ever if everything was normal or if this was Kanata's imagination. Because the show frames it like it's Kanata's imagination. Like you see a shot of her closing her eyes, scene fades in, fades out. I meant yeah, it cuts out that it's her with her eyes closed, and it's fucking everything's confusing to me. And there's Anal, and then you have she's scared. Her emotions are taking over, but she still has her pride. Her pride's the thing that's pulling her through everything right now. Despite her disdain for what's happening, despite her being so against the situation and the situation of the platoon and in general, she's against much of it, and yet this, what is this? The show is very very subtle. This is even more subtle than episode one. But they give us so little, then they give us so much. It's infuriating. But the big things are the tank and the sailor uniforms. We've been formally introduced to the tank, which we saw back in the previous episode, and now we've been introduced to everything much about the situation in the world in relation to sales and the 1121st platoon, right? We have the no man's land, we have limited communications, we have everything, everything, everything. Can I just say I can't wait for this to make sense? Like, there's so many details here that I'd love to see how the show makes it fit in. And I'm just enthralled by the narrative they're trying to push by like there's so many different little pieces of things they're giving to us. And like they could be related, they could be completely unrelated, but make sense in the bigger picture in the end. Who knows? What the fuck is happening? I really hope it makes sense by the end. It's gonna be a major disappointment if they don't make it fit in the end. Because they give us so much and then if they like forsake some stuff, I'm gonna be pissed. But I'm excited for episode 3 now. I think it was called something about Mio running. I mean Rio. Hey on, god damn it. But yeah, that was the episode dos, episode 2 reaction. If you liked it, like, comment, subscribe. I'm legally obligated to say that. I just want comments, to be honest. This inciting discourse is the thing I want the most. And yeah, I guess that's about it. See ya.